a bit, but the internet professor of toynomics, Dr. Nerdy, has returned to give some analysis on the toy market. Now, to be clear, this is not meant as any sort of investment advice, and honestly, that's never wise with toys, but instead, this is meant to help you maximize your collecting fund. You know, get more bang for your buck. And you might be sitting here wondering, who's this dude? What does he know? Well, here's the thing.
One thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
What is up, everybody? My name is Matt, often called Big Nerdy. Together, we are the NWO, the Nerd World Order, and this is Nerdzoic. All right, let's get right into this. So I broke this down by buy it now, which is stuff that you want to buy before it gets any more expensive or while it's still cheap. Sell it now, which means it's peaked, get rid of that, or hold on to it because it could either go up or down, but it's probably going to be drastic. All pricing is courtesy of Action Figure 411, which aggregates eBay completed sold listings. So it's the most accurate pricing info there is. That said, all pricing is mint on card, so if you're talking loose figures, take off about 25 to 30%. Now these value/toy market videos, they tend to be divisive, and I don't know why, but I will say this. Use this information however you see fit, but remember,
with great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly, Uncle Ben, that's just what I was saying. We're gonna start off with holds. Holds are things that your gut might be telling you, hey, I might wanna go buy this now, but I'm telling you as a hold, ignore it. It might go way up, it might go way down. I could be wrong, I could be right, but right now I say hold. That explains that. First off, the XForce 3-pack from 2021, originally $60, now it's going for $135. There seems to be some insane scarcity along the print run of this set, and it doesn't really make sense, because this came out at the time that Hasbro was printing everything in oodles of oodles. I just can't imagine a world that these really sold to that crazy of a volume that they never even made it to discount, let alone in stock status. My gut tells me that they're probably sitting in a warehouse somewhere, Ark of the Covenant style, and that one day they're just gonna randomly show up. Possibly at discount, or just possibly at a random toy store, like, I don't know, Nerdzoic.
Branding.
My next hold, wait, what? Oh, that was the only hold? All right, cool. Let's move to the sell figures. These are things that I think are at their peak and can only go down from here. And we're gonna do this rapid fire, or at least as rapid fire as I can go, because I like to talk. First off, we got the Retro Scarlet Spider from 2018. This is a $20 figure now going for $115. I think that if you can sell this for that price, go do it right now, because we are weeks or months away from a Mafex version with the blue hoodie and all coming out soon, and that's gonna be less than this. So you could conceivably sell this and go buy the blue Mafex and have money for like a pack of gum still. So that's a deal. Next up is the Gamerverse Spider-Man from 2018. This was originally $20. Now it's going for $55. Again, this is a figure with a new one coming out, so you can save a few bucks by selling the old one now. We're kind of at the tail end of this though, because this peaked at over $100 at one point, and it's been falling since. So we're kind of late to the train on selling this. But if you would have sold it at its peak, you wouldn't have known for sure if a remake was coming out. So it's always risky. And that kind of is a preamble into number 3, which is the Green Goblin from the Spider-Man movie wave in 2007. This was initially, I think, a $15 figure. Now it's going for $180. You might be saying, Big Nerdy, are you crazy? I want to sell that. Listen, guys, let's do some logic here. This is one of Hasbro's first figures, so it hasn't been made in forever. It was really good, but it has been heavily rumored that we are going to get a deluxe Green Goblin sometime in 2023 based on No Way Home. So we're going to get that movie Green Goblin anyway. It'll probably be upgraded. Assume it's like 50 or 60 bucks. If you sell this one at its peak now for 180, you can still have money to go buy something for like $100 and you still can get the new one. Like, look, this is great. Go do it. Go sell it. That said, it's a risk because if the rumors are wrong, then you don't have anything to replace it with. But the rumors this year, looking at you Rectangular, have been like spot on, so I feel pretty confident here. Now everybody's favorite part, the buy it now section, where you go buy it before it blows up. Here's what I got for you. First off, the Legacy Black Panther figure from last year. It's currently going for under retail right now at $18. Why do I say to buy this? Well, Black Panther MCU figures tend to always do well long term. Go back and look at how some of the older ones are doing, and even this one was down to like $10 at one point, but it's crawling back up. I'm sold out of it even. Plus, with the untimely passing of Chadwick Boseman, I don't think we'll get another figure of him most likely, so this might be the last one, so buy it. Next up on the buy pile is Rock Python. Yeah, that's a shocker, right? Remember him? He was that blue and purple figure that lined your pegs at Target 4 years ago. Well, guess what? People are starting to want him. Now, there was a time you could get him for like $7 or $8. Now, good luck finding him for under $20. In fact, I actually just got a case of these, so they should be in stock by the time this video comes out, or they sold out already. But yeah, you want to get your Rock Pythons, and here's why. People are going to start building up the Serpent Society. It hasn't hit the MCU yet, I don't think. No, it hasn't yet. But we've got Puff Adder, we've got a couple others. Talk more about that in a second. What is this? I don't know. I look like a chicken. But I did just hear that Seth Rollins, or I'm sorry, what's that? Oh, Seth freaking Rollins is going to be involved in the Serpent Society project in some way. Take that for what you will. I just hope Becky Lynch is involved. Moving past Puff Adder, let's look at some retros, specifically X-Men retros. And this is going to be a recurring theme here for a minute. I had too much caffeine today, guys. You see this? Woo! I'm dancing around. My hands are everywhere. All right, first off, retro Cyclops from a few years ago. It's currently going for $16. Same with the retro Dazzler from the same wave. Historically, these do well long term. I actually picked these up for my personal collection for $10 at Ollie's like 2 years ago. Nowadays, that's gotten up a little bit. We're still not at retail price, but eventually, these are going to be in the $30 to $35 range in a couple of years. Also on the retro front is the Beast Retro, and this is going to be really hard to get if you don't have it already. It is starting to dry up at retail. I got about 15 cases in about 2 months ago, and they sold out almost immediately, and I can't get any more. Now, there's a very good chance more show up at some point, but it sure seems like they're all out. And if that's the case, they're gonna go crazy because historically, Beast does really well. Everybody wants a Beast. Everyone likes the blue kitty cat guy. So if you get a chance to buy him at retail price or even a few dollars over retail price, do it. Similar goes for the Ghost Rider retro. Marvel seems to put out a Ghost Rider every like 3 to 4 years. They haven't put one out with a bike in like 5. And you know what? Ghost Rider always goes up, 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 up. There's always a demand for him. He's harder to find at retail now. You've already seen some of your e-tailers jack up the price by a few dollars. I'm already long sold out. I wish I still had him. But yeah, if you can get him now before you have to pay more for it later. A complete contrarian take to that is if you're like, hey, I got money I don't know what to do with. The Ghost Rider Mezco, that's fire right there. It's in stock. Did I say fire? I've been hanging out with my kids too much. Next up is Constrictor, another part of the Serpent Society. Same theory goes here. He's part of the team. He's currently going for about $30, which is pretty crazy because he's a 10-year-old figure. I'm all over the place with this one, guys. I'm talking Serpent Society, then I'm talking retro, then I'm talking Serpent Society. Now I'm back to retro again. Yeah, that's right, we're back to retro. X-Men retro. We're starting to show signs of things that are being long-term holds here. Former peg warmers / Ollie's residents are starting to move now. Like the Storm, the white and the black version, are both going for $25, and Silver Samurai's like $22. Also keep an eye on the retros that are currently out and readily available. Longshot, Avalanche, Wolverine, Multiple Man. Those are all gonna probably start seeing some clearance soon. Actually, I think Avalanche is on clearance on my site. These will probably have a similar trajectory as the others. They're gonna go whoop, and then they're gonna go whoop. Get them and hang on. Keep an extra one or two so you have them for later. I'd say to do the same thing with Dark Phoenix and Spiral, but good luck getting those because they stay in stock for like a minute every time I get them. Then there's the Spider-Man stuff that came out last year. They made so much of it, I don't see it eventually going up anytime soon, but the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man and the Japanese Spider-Man, ironically, they're really the ones that I think are going to start to jump up crazily. The Japanese Spider-Man you can still find at retail in some places, but he's really starting to dry up. The Amazing Fantasy 15, that thing's going crazy already. It's already up to over $40. I'm long sold out of it. I'd love to get more. Not counting on it though. Speaking of things I'm not going to get more of, the 20th anniversary Toy Biz style Captain America and Hulks. Now, the Iron Mans and the Toads, easy to come by. The other two, not so much. And frankly, I'm kind of late on this already. Cap's already going for like $45, $46, but that's only going to get worse. The Hulk is still at retail price, and he's not going to be like as hot a figure as the Captain America, but he will become more pricey over time, so if you want them, get them now. Here's a fun one for you, the Walmart exclusive Thanos. Many consider this to be the best Marvel Legends Thanos. You can still get it for about $30, which is ironic because that's probably less than the current MSRP of a deluxe figure, but go get him. He's a great looking figure. You can get him relatively cheap. Then there's Quake. Quake is still available at retail price. I just got a couple cases of her in, but they're starting to dry up, and the trend is obvious here, okay? You get 2 characters in one. You get Quake, you get Maria Hill, but that's not the important part. No, the important part is that you're getting a base for an army builder. Buy these things up, because look at what happened with the Shield army builders at Hasbro. They had them for like an hour. Pop off the heads, throw some random heads on there, and you can have a Shield team. Also, look at the recent big beefy boy retros we got. First off, there's Rhino. You can still find him at retail, so if you want him, now's the time, because next year at this time, people are going to be like, is anyone selling Rhino for a fair price? Same goes for Apocalypse. I actually just got a couple of cases of him in. He is easier to get right now, but eventually we're going to have the same situation. Nerdstradamus here is going to say once again, I think that big comic book figures are always a good bet to appreciate in the future, so they are an awesome long-time hold. Well, they're a buy and hold, because technically if you don't have them, it's in the buy section. Like any future predictions, there are going to be some of these that are going to turn out to be complete misses. But my hit rate overall, historically, is pretty good. And if you don't believe me, I brought receipts. Check out this video, yeah. And remember, you gotta get old, but you don't have to grow up. Just be cool and stay nerdy. Later.